You'll get into trouble, my lad, if you talk like that, I said. It's true, all the same. Women have got a perilous logic which we never have, and some of the best of them don't see the joke of life like the ordinary man. They can be far greater than men, for they can go straight to the heart of things. There never was a man so near the divine as Joan of Arc. But I think, too, they can be more entirely damnable than anything that ever was preached, for they don't stop still now and then and laugh at themselves. There is no Superman. The poor old donkeys that fancy themselves in the part are either crack-brained professors who couldn't rule a Sunday school class, or bristling soldiers with pint-pot heads who imagine that the shooting of a Duc d'Enghien made a Napoleon. But there is a Superwoman, and her name's Hilda van Einem. I thought our job was nearly over, I groaned, and now it looks as if it hadn't well started. Bullivant said that all we had to do was to find out the truth. Bullivant didn't know. No man knows except you and me. I tell you, the woman has immense power. The Germans have trusted her with their trump card, and she's going to play it for all she is worth. There's no crime that will stand in her way. She has set the ball rolling, and if need be she'll cut all her prophets' throats and run the show herself. I don't know about your job, for honestly I can't quite see what you and Blank Iron are going to do. But I'm very clear about my own duty. She's let me into the business, and I'm going to stick to it in the hope that I'll find a chance of wrecking it. We're moving eastward tomorrow, with a new prophet if the old one is dead. Where are you going? I asked. I don't know, but I gather it's a long journey, judging by the preparations, and it must be to a cold country, judging by the clothes provided. Well, wherever it is, we're going with you. You haven't heard the end of our yarn. Blank Iron and I have been moving in the best circles as skilled American engineers who are going to play Old Harry with the British on the Tigris. I'm a pal of Enver's now, and he has offered me his protection. The lamented Rasta brought our passports for the journey to Mesopotamia tomorrow, but an hour ago your lady tore them up and put them in the fire. We are going with her, and she vouchsafed the information that it was toward the Great Hills. Sandy whistled long and low. I wonder what the deuce she wants with you. This thing is getting dashed complicated, Dick. Where, more by token, is Blank Iron? He's the fellow to know about high politics. The missing Blank Iron, as Sandy spoke, entered the room with his slow, quiet step. I could see by his carriage that for once he had no dyspepsia, and by his eyes that he was excited. Say, boys, he said, I've got something pretty considerable in the way of news. There's been big fighting on the eastern border, and the buzzards have taken a bad knock. His hands were full of papers, from which he selected a map and spread it on the table. They keep mum about this thing in the capital, but I've been piecing the story together these last days, and I think I've got it straight. A fortnight ago, old man Nicholas descended from his mountains and scuppered his enemies there, at Couperecue, where the main road eastward crosses the Araxes. That was only the beginning of the stunt, for he pressed on a broad front, and a gentleman called Kiamil, who commands in those parts, was not up to the job of holding him. The buzzards were shepherded in from north and east and south, and now the Muscovite is sitting down outside the forts of Erzurum. I can tell you they're pretty miserable about the situation in the highest quarters. Enver is sweating blood to get fresh divisions to Erzurum from Gallipoli, but it's a long road, and it looks as if they would be too late for the fair. You and I, Major, start for Mesopotamia tomorrow, and that's about the meanest bit of bad luck that ever happened to John S. We're missing the chance of seeing the goriest fight of this campaign. I picked up the map and pocketed it. Maps were my business, and I had been looking for one. We are not going to Mesopotamia, I said. Our orders have been cancelled. But I've just seen Enver, and he said he had sent round our passports. They're in the fire, I said. The right ones will come along tomorrow morning. Sandy broke in, his eyes bright with excitement. The Great Hills! We're going to Erzurum! Don't you see that the Germans are playing their big card? They're sending Greenmantle to the point of danger in the hope that his coming will rally the Turkish defence. Things are beginning to move, Dick, old man. No more kick in the heels for us. We're going to be in it up to the neck, and heaven help the best man. I must be off now, for I've got a lot to do. Au revoir. We meet some time in the hills. Blank Iron still looked puzzled till I told him the story of that night's doings. As he listened, all the satisfaction went out of his face, and that funny, childish air of bewilderment crept in. It's not for me to complain, for it's in the straight line of our duty, but I reckon there's going to be big trouble ahead of this caravan. It's kismet, and we've got to bow. But I won't pretend that I'm not considerable scared at the prospect. Oh, so am I said. The woman frightens me into fits. We're up against it this time, all right. All the same, I'm glad we're to be let into the real star metropolitan performance. I didn't relish the idea of touring the provinces. I guess that's correct. But I could wish that the good Lord would see fit to take that lovely lady to himself. She's too much for a quiet man at my time of life. When she invites us to go in on the ground floor, I feel like taking the elevator to the roof garden. End of chapter 15.